Hello, 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 and welcome to the Wisdom Fountain with me, Tiffany Rochelle. And it is Wisdom Wednesday, y'all. For those of you who are returning, I'd like to say thank you for coming back and hanging out with me. And for those of you who are new, like, subscribe, and follow and share, all of those things. But you're probably wondering, why would you do that and who am I? Well, I am a leadership strategist and an accountability coach for kingdom focused leaders that desire to maintain their integrity and accountability to their positions and the people they serve, as well as to develop strategies to help them navigate the transitions and the challenges that they face as leaders. How did I get here? Because I am a leader, obviously, apparently, but I had spent a lot of time being the person that everybody went to, but who had no one to go to. And so if you can understand that or identify with that, raise your hands, clap, leave a comment. But many of us who are leaders are often challenged with finding the support and the proper type of nurturing, because let's be honest, we know a lot. We know a whole bunch. We've taken a lot of classes. We've done a lot of things. So we don't want to hear a lot of rhetoric or a lot of fluff. So sometimes it's hard. We're a little hard-headed. It's a little hard to coach us, a little hard to just talk to us about anything because, again, we know a lot. But when those times come where we need that support and we need the help, we're often challenged with it. So that's where I came in. Where I come in, I assist those types of leaders who need that place to nurture and continue to grow, but still be pushed and held accountable for what they're doing. So welcome. I hope that's you. And if it's not, it will be you soon. Why do I want to talk to you today? Well, today I want to do a check-in for you to see where you're at. You high functioning, got a lot to do, always on the go leader. What did you make a resolution to do this year that maybe isn't done yet? Or is there something that you're feeling a little guilty about because you said you were going to complete it, and maybe right now, because we're entering September, the end of the third quarter, and it's not done? Maybe you haven't even started it yet. Well, don't worry. I just want to talk to you a little bit about resolve and resolution. And so how sometimes those things can push us forward, but they can also hinder us. So resolutions, most of us have heard of resolutions, New Year's resolutions. And we start out the beginning of the year making promises of, I'm not going to eat bad anymore. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to spend more time with my kids. I'm going to read more, sing more, swim more. Whatever it is, in the moment, we made a firm decision to do it. But usually there's a statistic out there that says, I think by the third week of January, whatever the resolution was has been done. The first 3 weeks in the gym, always full. After that, it goes down. What happens? Why do we give up our resolutions? Why do we give up on our word, on our promise so much, so easily? It's not really easy. The honest part is, those of us who do a lot, we get tired. Those of us who help others to do a lot, we get tired. Those of us who have answers for everybody, we get tired. Those of us who just want to nurture and help and heal the world, we get tired. I'm just speaking to leaders right now. Some other people have other reasons, but let's talk about us and our resolution and our resolve. You know me, if you followed me at all, I love to look up a good word. And so the word that I chose this week was resolve. And the interesting thing was that when I looked up resolve and I looked up resolution, they actually had a verbatim definition that for both of them. And that verbatim definition is a firm or unwavering adherence to one's purpose. a firm or unwavering adherence to one's purpose. When I thought about it, I was thinking about using it in context of, oh, that person has a strong resolve, or they resolved to get it done, right? And those of us who've made resolutions, generally, we have resolved that we're going to make it happen. So my question again is, what have you resolved that you're either behind on, that you haven't even started, or that you don't know how to start, but you said that you would do it, and we're in the third quarter of the year, and it's not done yet? I'm asking you this not for you to feel bad or not feel worthy or to feel like you've failed, but to actually give you some relief to understand that you can still catch up. You can still do what it is that you need to do. But in order for it to happen this year, you have to be resolved. You have to have a firm resolve that you're going to start it and that you're going to complete it. Now, what are the challenges to your resolve? What are the challenges to you completing this task? And there could be many. I know for me personally, whenever I've been challenged, most often it's been around my family. So I had planned in 2020 to do a whole lot of things that didn't get done. And for those of you who might have been absent, pandemic, life has changed significantly over the past couple of years. And with that change, I think it's challenged us as leaders to come up with new ways to complete the tasks that we desire to do. And so one of those ways is we're going to have to reevaluate how we care for ourselves and how we enter into the things that we say we're going to do. How are you entering into a situation with your word? And not just your word to other people, but your word to yourself. It is so easy for us to break our word to ourselves, and then we wonder why we run out of steam when we're trying to give our word to other people. That's one of the first steps in having integrity. As a leader, being accountable and being integral, means being able to keep our word, to desire to keep our word. And why will we keep our word? Well, first, one thing is we need to stop just casting our pearls before swine and giving ourselves to everything or everyone because, one, we can, or we think we can, or two, because we think we should. I was just speaking to a friend of mine, and the thing that I noticed is that they care tremendously about people. And it's not even just reserved for the people that they love, the people in their household, the people that they know. They care so much for people that they will worry about outcomes for others because they only want to see the best. They only want the best for the other people. So what does that make them do? As this leader that's capable, that has information, that has answers, they run into the fire and they try to save people. Meanwhile, the people that they're trying to save are running back into the house to save their papers or to save, teddy bears, and putting both of them in danger. I hope you're following what I'm saying. That was just the analogy that came to my head while I was speaking. Sometimes we're trying to save or help or nurture people that don't want to be saved or are not ready. They're not ready to move. And so we're trying to drag them and push them and pull them because we see the capabilities and we see the potential and the possibility for them, and we don't want them to be hurt and we don't want them to be left behind. So we try to save them ourselves. Well, I just want to let you know, as a leader, it might be time to stop that behavior. And it's hard, again, because you want everybody to win, but everybody can't go. And so part of keeping your word is to understand when your word doesn't need to be given. when you don't need to put yourself in a situation to take care of somebody who's not willing or ready to be taken care of yet. That may sound harsh, but it's true. It's so true. We struggle to keep our word because we give it out to too many people. We give it away because we care. Stop giving your word. Stop putting yourself in a fight that is not yours. What do you do when you don't put yourself in all the fights? You get laser focused on the fights that are actually yours. You get real clear about the direction that your energy is actually supposed to go. Take it from a reformed person who I used to give my time away because I could. Again, I wanted to see everybody win. Hey, you need help? I got you. No problem. Oh, you need me to come and hang out with you and help you build your business for 5, 6, 7, 20 hours? No problem. I don't have anything else going on. I'll do it. And you know what happened? People kept taking and I kept giving. And then I saw that they weren't grateful, or that the things that I gave them, they threw to the side. They didn't value them because I gave them away so freely. And I kept my end of the bargain. But then I was left looking at, but what did I ask them to? What did I hold them accountable for? Nothing, because I just gave. I just gave with no stewardship over what I was giving. So I want to circle this all the way back to what I was actually desiring the message to be. In this season, in this time, moving forward into the end of this year, this is a divinely appointed time where there's a lot of transition that's happening. A lot of things are taking place, and they require our focus. They require our attention. They require the discipline to show up, to be in places where we're not necessarily comfortable. And so as a leader that is kingdom focused, that is moving forward, that is desiring to make change in this world, you need to resolve, that is, have a firm or unwavering adherence to your purpose. Ask yourself the next time you are prepared to give your time, to give your service, is this in alignment with what my purpose is? Is this in alignment with who I say I am? Is this in alignment with the assignment that I've been given to complete? And if you ask yourself those 3 questions, then you may find it's a little bit easier to adhere to the resolution that you make and to be resolved to complete it, to be resolved to be successful with your goals. Because success is varying depending on what your idea is or where you're going, but you get the point. Ask yourself, is this in alignment with my assignment? And do I need to be giving myself in this space? Because if I'm giving too much here, I may not keep my word over here. So just something to consider for those of you who, again, are seeking accountability and wondering, how can I be more in alignment, or how can I be more successful in actually completing the things that I say, or bringing to the finish line the things that I start. No beat up, just opportunities to observe and to just ponder over it and get a clearer understanding of who you are and how you're operating. So I hope that this made sense. I hope that those of you who are listening, that it helps you to, if nothing else, just take a look around at you and what it is that you're doing, and if you're doing what you need to do, or if you're doing too much. Some of us do too much. And that's all I have to say about that. And I'll be back sometime next week, or maybe during this week. You know, I go with the flow. But I really appreciate you spending these moments with me to just, get clear. So get some clarity as a leader. So until next time, you can actually join how can you see me? Okay, you can see us on the podcast. It's anchor.fm / The Wisdom Fountain. You can join us on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you're here, The Wisdom Fountain. You can follow me on social media, The Wisdom Fountain on IG. If you have questions, comments, if you'd like to partake of the show and possibly be a guest, please shoot me an email at visitthewisdomfountain@gmail.com. And I just look forward to continuing to share wisdom with you. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. And until our next time together, be wise.